What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Thursday edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. And this podcast is cold. 1-1 yesterday, but we laid some juice on that. Minus 130, 4-2 loss for the Guardians. They do not cover the run line at plus 1.5 runs. That eighth inning solo shot killed it. 3-2 would have been fine, guys. Just lose 3-2. Instead, you lost 4-2, and we lost that bet. We did get the other play right coming in for us with the Braves winning on the money line in game one of the doubleheader, so we got that right, so we wound up down 0.3 for the day. So just a paper cut, but still losing day. Just one of those weeks. Not a great week, so we head towards Thursday. We've got golf starting with the Rocket Mortgage. We have Tom Kim up against Cam Young. That's a 4-round bet. We'll see what happens throughout the entire round. I'll see if I want to come back in here with the Rocket Mortgage player 2 for us as the weekend progresses. But what are we doing today? Well, we've had some luck with the WNBA. So let's get into the WNBA. The Las Vegas Aces are laying 10 points on the road to Chicago. Here's the thing. Vegas has not played Chicago yet. This season, Vegas has won and covered the last 2 games since getting Chelsea Gray back. They play totally differently. 94-83, 85-74. They were 6.5-point favorites and 5-point favorites. They covered easily. This is a big number against Chicago on the road, but talking about the mismatch here, you've got Asia Wilson for the Aces up against a rookie and not a lot of size outside of that rookie for Chicago. This is a number open up at 8.5. It's up to 10. Some books are even higher than that. Chicago is 6-9 ATS. They have not covered. They covered once in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. They're 1-5 ATS over the last 5 games. And this is not Caitlin Clark, and this is not the Indiana Fever. Okay, this is the best team in the WNBA, arguably. I'm going to lay the 10 points. Vegas minus 10 up against the Chicago Sky on the road. Keep the ball rolling as Vegas looks to regain its footing here in the WNBA. Las Vegas minus 10 up against Chicago for 1.1 units. Second bet, we're going to take a look at a total bet here. And look, I'm really going to be curious to see what happens here with Minnesota and Dallas. So the number is 162 at the moment. Let's see where this number goes. Some books are already at 162.5, and I could see this number continue to climb a bit here. 162.5, 163 is possible. And we start looking at what we've seen from a Dallas perspective, from a total perspective. They're 3-13 ATS, but they're 10-6 to the over. They give up a ton of points. Just what they do. Now, last 2 games, they didn't cover. Last 3 games, they didn't cover. But 3 of the last 4 games have gone over for Dallas. Now, you start looking at Minnesota and Dallas, and you're going, okay, what's the number, and how big is it going to get from a total perspective? Because it may climb. 162, 162.5, 163. I'm okay coming in here and laying maybe up to like 164. We know that Dallas is an over team. Minnesota is 7-9 to the over, or 9-7 to the under, rather. Last game went over. Okay? They went over against the New York Liberty. They won the game, won the Commissioner's Cup. Maybe a bit of a letdown here, but maybe not. They are 12-4 ATS, so I don't mind if you say, well, Matt, I don't want to lay the total. I'll lay the 9.5 points here with Minnesota against Dallas on the road. But since I'm laying 10 points on the road already, I don't want to lay 9.5 points on the road 2 times here in the WNBA. I don't think that's a very smart way to do this. I think it would be somewhat of a dangerous bet, to be quite honest. So, to me, I think we have a chance here with the last game going over, 94 points being scored by Minnesota. The games they played before the Liberty and the Commissioner's Cup all went under. 2 games went under. They were 3-4 to the under before this. But I think much like New York dictated tempo, up tempo. Minnesota scored a lot. Same thing's going to happen here with Dallas as they're 10-6 to the over this season. I'm going over 162 here for the Minnesota Lynx in Dallas. I always forget Dallas's name. Dallas's Wings. Thank you, the Wings. Lynx and the Wings here. Over 162 for 1.1 units. Okay, so 2 bets in the WNBA. We're laying the 10 with Vegas on the road against Chicago, and we're going over 162 for Minnesota and Dallas. One more bet for us to baseball. Let's talk about the Cubs on the road against the Giants. Jordan Hicks faced these Cubs back on the 17th of June. He went 5 innings, no earned runs in a 7-6 win. Bullpen did not pitch well at all, but the offense was good enough to win. At home this year, Jordan Hicks is at a 2.86 ERA. He's 2-2 with a 230 opposing batting average, just 14 earned runs given up in 44 innings worth of work. He will be facing Shota Imanaga, who we loved betting on. But the Giants have won 3 games in a row. They're 23-17 at home, but the Cubs are 15-26 on the road, and Imanaga got hammered in his last start. Worst start of the season so far for Imanaga, coming 3 innings, 10 earned runs against the Mets. Now, on the road against the Reds last time out, he won 4-2, 6 2/3, 2 earned runs. But on the road against Milwaukee, lost 10-6, gave up 7 earned runs to Milwaukee, lost to the Braves 2-0, gave up no earned runs, but did lose that game. Pitched against the Mets, 7 innings, no earned runs there. I just think as he starts to tire with the number of innings that he has pitched, and we start to see him go through up against teams that he's pitched against for a second time, I just think teams are starting to get a beat on him and know what to do with him. I'm going to bet the streak here. I have the Giants, who are winning 3 in a row, and the Cubs, who have lost 4 in a row. I don't like what we've seen out of the Cubs here. They lost 4-3, 5-1, and 5-4. I know it's hard to win a 4-game series and win all 4 games, but I just don't like the offense for the Cubs. I think they got to, obviously Imanaga could be a problem here. I lean towards the under in this game. I don't hate an under play, but it's tough to lay it just because I think Shota could get hit kind of hard here. So I don't really trust Imanaga, to be quite honest, to get to the under. It's 7.5. Feels it could be like a 5-3 game, 6-3, 5-4, somewhere in that range. We might get 8-9 runs here. So I lean towards the under, but I'm going to take even money here. Superbook's got it at even money, taking the Giants at home, even money up against Imanaga and the Cubs. Let's see if the Giants can keep it rolling here and the Cubs lose another one here on the road against San Francisco. Hitters Ballpark, lean towards the under, but I'll take the quasi-home dog here, plus 103, even money, somewhere in that range here. I'll take Hicks and the Giants, money line, even money for the Giants. Okay, 3 bets for us here on a Thursday. We'll watch some WNBA tonight. Aces minus 10 over 162 for Minnesota and Dallas. And we're taking money line, the Giants. That's a 3:45 Eastern time start, 12:45 Eastern time, West Coast time, Pacific Coast time start for the Giants and the Cubs. Let's see what happens, how this plays out, how we go here into the weekend. We might be able to look at some things with golf. We got the UFC fight. Obviously, UFC 303 will be heavily involved with UFC 303 coming up on Saturday. Already started my prep for that. We'll look at other baseball plays as well, but let's hopefully pick up the pace here. Have a good Thursday for us. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. By the way, Baylor Shireman, first round pick, Creighton University, Boston Celtics. Hello. Let's go. Good stuff there for Baylor Shireman, Omaha, Creighton, Boston, combination, Daily Juice. It's all phenomenal. I'm Matt Perrault. Every single morning, wherever you get your podcasts, it's the Daily Juice.